If you think about animes, most people think about shows. Shows that have its qualities, especially in their art style. And their stories and characters might be good sometimes. And there are lots of animes with just okay storylines and characters, or ones that are taking too much time at the wrong time. For some people this is not a problem, and it's completely stupid to generalize a whole genre of art style. And of course, there are tons of Hollywood movies with even higher budgets that are also just okay. I can only tell you, even if I like shows nearly the same than movies, there was no anime show that I continue watching, and I'm not that much in the genre. Again, there will be animes that I'd like, but I haven't found them yet. One studio is always in my mind thinking about good movies, good anime movies. You all know it, and it's not a secret tip anymore, even though its movies still don't get enough attention, at least outside of Japan. But one layer deeper, looking in Studio Ghibli, there's also one man that's not getting praised as much as Hayao Miyazaki. Even if he made movies I would consider as better than the best stuff Miyazaki made, and I love Miyazaki's work, and I'll also make a video about the underrated Miyazaki movies. Keep in mind that all of the stuff I'm talking about is from a non-Japanese view, and I'm not that versed about Ghibli and the stories behind their production processes, though I want to change that. But I know what good movies are about, so I just want to talk about the movie I would consider as Ghibli's best, and I don't want to disrespect Miyazaki, since he was probably also involved in Kaguya in a direct or indirect way. This movie is a movie that if you would go outside on European streets, most people wouldn't have ever heard of. Even if one of his works is known by nearly every teen of my age in my country, because it was shown on TV as I was a child. But the people don't know the man behind it and his best works, Isao Takahata. I don't want to make a video about how underrated he is. There are videos already made by people that can do this much better than me. Here are some mentions that you should really take a look on. Trust me, those are amazing videos. After all this talking, let's finally talk about the movie, Princess Kaguya. Let me tell you my favorite non-Takahata Ghibli movies so that you can get an idea of what kind of my movie taste is. My 4 favorites from best to baddest best are The Wind Rises, Nausicaa, Whisper of the Heart, and From Up on Poppy Hill. To be honest, I haven't watched all Ghibli movies, but the common favorites like Chihiro, Holt Moving Castle, or Princess Mononoke are not on my list, even if they're all very good, but from my point of view not even close to the others, and I would consider Kaguya as even a tier higher than my favorites not from Takahata. So the first thing you'll notice that's different about Kaguya compared to most Ghibli movies is its ultra stunning art style. I have never ever felt that much passion in paintings, but of course this is another pretty subjective thing. A lot of Ghibli movies printed pictures in my mind that I will never forget. At Hole's Moving Castle, the castle or those wings. At Chihiro, the parents that became pigs, what was a bit disturbing for me as a child. Ponyo in the bucket. I could name dozens more for each movie, but I don't have this at the regular, okay, heartless, just pay more money than the money we invested back in Hollywood blockbuster. Here's some pictures of Kaguya I will probably never forget.
Delicious.
Delicious. When you put on the robe of the moon, all memories of the earth just disappear.
It's all right, little bamboo. I'll hold you tight. I won't ever let go.
Hold me tighter.
My lock screen. No more words needed. Now I want to talk about the theory I have on Kaguya and the core message of the movie. But before that, I noticed while watching that the best parts of the movie are the parts that were added to the original tale. The emotional depth is coming through moments like this.
She's such a beautiful little princess.
That kid's weird. She grows fast, like bamboo.
Have you gotten bigger again?
That's the reason why my upcoming theory is just about the movie from 2013 and not the oldest Japanese tale, as I don't know much more about the tale than what you can read on Wikipedia. And if you consider Kaguya as a historical fantasy movie, I would say that the historical setting is just the vehicle for the punishment of Kaguya, being trapped in a woman's role of its time for a wealthy lady that she never wanted to be in. This is also why this movie is a great thing for women's rights, as it's showing how women should not be treated. All the fiction, and I don't mean her coming from the moon or something, I include that to the historical parts as it's from the original tale. All the fiction, all of the added stuff, the fiction is what makes Kaguya so brilliant and deep. I'm seeing a girl trapped in a world that offers her things she wants, but at the same time only truly gives her what she never wanted. It's coming of age at its best. The core message of the movie for me is that Earth is not just a bad place and that badness is the only thing what makes goodness possible and good. A simple but important wisdom. Goodness can't exist without badness. Why is that the message? If you have a long bad part of your life, after a good part, it's pain. If you have a good part after a bad part, it's the best thing that could ever happen to truly feel our goodness. And if you have a good time and then a bad time, it's the hardest possible work to get a good time again. Kaguya was happy as a bamboo farmer's child. She had people she loved and that cared about her. Then she became what her father wanted her to be, not what she wanted. All set in motion by the moon people, with the gold and the adorable dresses she got. Her character was oppressed and she couldn't do much about it because all that was done by someone she loved. Her father, that's her punishment. But at the end she gets everything back for a short moment and at the same time knows that she has to go, that she has to leave her loved ones, her truly love. Going back to the moon is her second punishment, because the moment she got happy again was the moment she had to leave and lose everything again. I told you that goodness is impossible without badness, so the place she has to go, the moon, a place without badness, can't even be possible. And if you look at the scene where she is leaving Earth, she takes a look back on Earth. So now my theory, what if the code is not making you forget Earth? If she would forget Earth, she would be punished leaving, but shouldn't that be the part where her punishment ends? Why is she looking back on Earth if she forgot everything there? She didn't look like someone that's not caring about it. What if she is a traveler? What if she's a traveler in a universe that's going to places that need to be remembered that life is good, that for example Earth is good, but all the badness and hard work is worth even only 1 second of happiness? If she is leaving Earth, her mother, that was with her most of the time of the movie, even when Sutamaru was beaten up, and that knew better what she wanted than her father did. If she is leaving, her mother could tell a story. She could be the origin of the tale in the world of the movie. Don't get me wrong, Kaguya's tale could also be told without my theory, but the problem would be that the core I see in the movie and the impress the viewer has at the end of the movie wouldn't work. We all would know that if she would be forced to leave and has to forget her whole Earth life, it would be a punishment for us, as we would know that she would be happy on Earth, because she was at the moment her life changed again. And as I said, a place without badness is letting you forget how worthy good times are. The good times would become regular times, and I would consider a life that's just a line between good and bad as bad. So it couldn't be a place without badness. If the code makes her forget, the viewer would be told that an impossible place without anything bad is better, and this is exactly not what Kaguya mentions. She mentions Earth as good because of its corners. The viewer would be told that you may only get happy on an impossible place, but if she wouldn't forget, she would remember her good times on Earth, and she would know that even if she has to go, the memory is worth as hell. And she would know that her actions have a sense, because setting that Earth tale in motion, she would have helped so many humans, seeing the world in new colors again, in bright colors again. And she could travel to the next planet to start another legend. Maybe this is not what the creators thought of, but this would have given her character a good ending for us, and not a disappointing forgetting swimming in a river of no ups and downs. I'm not sure if I was able to describe you my idea in a good way, because I'm still learning English, but if you at least got a minor spark of what I thought of on my own, it was worth it to tell you what I just told you. Have a good time.